Okay, so the head came off and I cleaned the deck, the engine deck, very well. I'm not gonna just try to show you. I went through and scraped that clean, used brake carburetor cleaner, got as clean as I possibly could get it. New head gasket. Head, I'll see if you can see the bottom of it here. I didn't scrape that clean, but oh, that's just brake fluid there. This is dripping some here. This is good to let it set like this, I guess, and get all the dripsies out. So I got the bottom of it all cleaned up. It was very flat. I'm not worried about that at all. And I'm ready to install it. Now, I made a rookie error. If you recall, I set all this up at top dead center, blah, blah, blah. And then I had removed the cam bolt that holds on the camshaft bearing gear. And the way you do that is you lock it in with a pair of pliers, you turn it until it hits the deck with a block of wood, and then you unscrew it. And then I foolishly did not, once I had the bolt out, I could have easily reset the back of the top dead center, but I didn't do it. So now, top dead center is right here. So I'm probably about, oh, I don't know, almost 90 degrees off of top dead center. So what I did was I repositioned the camshaft. These two cylinders are at top dead center. So I picked the only place where those two were closed. Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4 are now closed, so they should be able to go on here without interfering with anything. And then I'm just going to set it down and kind of put the camshaft bearing, put the gear back on, and rotate it and see if it all kind of lines up. I'm really kind of stupid. I'm kind of pissed at myself about doing that, but you know, what are you going to do? Can I test it? Well, how can we tell here? Well, the bunny ears are, this one's up. I mean, this should rotate about, yeah, I mean, this should go about 45 degrees because it spins at a 2-to-1 ratio. 2 turns on the crankshaft, 1 turn to the camshaft. So I would expect this to be about 45 degrees. And I guess that's what this thing right here is at 45 degrees, is top dead center. So is that 45? Yeah, that looks about like 45. This little nub here. So I guess I'm okay. I don't know. We'll see how this pans out. Like I said, rookie error. I'm doing this by myself, and I thought about lifting that cylinder head and trying to set it on, but the idea of clearing that chain and you know, not putting a bunch of greasy fingers all over the place and messing everything up bothered me a lot. So I said, well, you know, you got the cherry picker, you might as well use it. This is real easy to work with. You can shift it around easy. So I'm not going to bother to get that on camera. That's just too much work. The next scene would be with me with the cylinder head on. I'm going to spray it down one more time with brake clean, wipe the head off. I've already made sure that the deck is clean before I put that gasket on there. And then I'm going to torque it down and hopefully haven't screwed it up. Again, what bothers me, let me show you the head gasket, the old head gasket. Where's it around here? Here we go. Here's the old head gasket, if it's not run over by something by now. Bottom of it. I mean, nothing's blown out. I don't see any evidence of any leakage into a water path. There's a little bit of white residue there, but I don't know if that means anything. There's a little bit there. You know, I don't know why I was getting water leakage into the cylinder head. The other thing I noticed was when I came out here, you know, I had like a puddle of water in that one, and in that one, it's like about a teaspoon of water sitting there on top of the pistons. So go figure. I don't know how that got in there, but again, something's not right. But I don't know what else to do. The head gasket's relatively cheap. So before I go tearing the whole engine apart again to try to dig into it further to find out what could possibly be doing that, I mean, what the heck? Let's put the gasket on. Let's put the head gasket on, bolt it back up, and see if that takes care of the exhaust gas leak into the radiator. Unless my test process is just flat wrong, but I don't see how that is. I use that blue stuff to, you know, you put it in you suck gases out of the radiator, and if it turns the stuff yellow. And I tested it on the Z with a good engine. It worked just the way it's supposed to. It stayed blue. This one turned yellow. So that's what started me on this whole idea. I must have an exhaust gas leak into the coolant. And, you know, coolant on top of the pistons, that certainly sounds fishy. But again, I could find no smoking gun here to explain it. I've already gone through and chased the bolt holes out. I'm going to use reuse the cylinder head bolts, but I'm going to use the ones that came out of the Maxima. They came out a lot easier and they're a lot cleaner, and I'll of course clean them before I put them in, oil them, torque them down. But anyway, that's all for now. I'm just, like I said, I'm sorry I can't show you the actual process of installing that. It would just be a little bit too hairy to try to capture on film and not screw anything up. So next time you'll see it, should be back together. Thanks for watching.